Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Gemini on a Mission, and today I'm recording the most requested video, that is landing a full-time job in the UK as an international student. So stick with me till the end because I'm going to share some honest experiences and some tips and tricks that may be really helpful. So, a little background, this 23rd Jan 2024, I will complete 1 year as a full time marketing and communications coordinator. And I landed this role right before graduating. So it was like a win win situation. But of course, it was a roller coaster journey. The job hunting process was competitive, it was challenging, there were tons of rejections. So I can totally understand and connect with you, but let's dive in with the positives and what we can do if you're an international student and you're looking for your first full time role. So let's just, understand. If you're on a 1 year course, it's crazy because the first 6 months goes in just settling in and understanding the country and just understanding what you're studying and how it's going and making friends and balancing. Yes, I get that. And the next 6 months just goes in assignments and dissertation. So you're done with your course and time really flies quickly. So let's understand how we can prepare ourselves, what things we can do, and how we can, just get ready for the job hunting phase. So, the very first thing is gain experiences. Now, when you start applying for jobs after your studies, a lot of employers are looking for what you have done more than just academics, what you have done more than just assignments. So, when you're studying, try to gain as many experiences as you can. Now, you may think to yourself that I already have experiences in the country I come from, but let's do more. What kind of experiences you can gain alongside your studies? See, there's volunteering, there's work experience, there are internships, there are part time jobs. So try to gain the recent and fresh experiences that you can, because that is going to help you sell your skills. So, just to give you a little example, so during my master's, I did three different part time jobs, three different roles in the span of 1 year. So, I was working in a restaurant as a front of house, then I switched to a retail, and then I was working in both. So, that was my last part time job. But those part time jobs were not just, you know, helping me pay my bills or my rent, but it was helping me gain experiences and skills like communication, understanding the currency, understanding the market. For example, when I was working in the restaurant, I don't really say I worked in a restaurant, but instead I say I worked and gained experience in the hospitality sector. When I worked at Poundland or Boots, I didn't really say I just worked at Poundland, but I said I worked and gain experience of a retail sector. So, there are different sectors that you can actually gain your skills from. So, the next thing I did was gained a 3 week work experience program. Now, when I was studying PR and communications, I knew that I did not really have any PR agency experience in the UK or London. So, I had to step up my game, and through a guest lecturer, connected on LinkedIn and requested a work experience program. It was just for 3 weeks, but it at least helped me land interviews, and it was at least helping me sell my skills. So the timeline was really tight. I finished my part time job. The very next day, started a 3 week work experience program, and then completed that and started working on my dissertation. Not to sound crazy at all, but I knew that I wanted to make the most out of my 1 year master's degree, and therefore I'd signed up as a course representative. There was like a mentoring program that I was also a part of, and there I was introduced to mentoring and was being mentored by a person in my profession, which is super helpful. And I used to keep an eye on volunteering opportunities and any workshops and seminars alongside my part time job and work experience. Now, when I put across all these different areas that I've done, it may sound like a lot, but honestly, we just have 1 year. So either make the most out of it, and you cannot really ignore these activities. So go out there, join some societies, join some sports clubs, look at what the Students' Union is doing, look at if there are any activities you would like to sign up for, because it's always nice to gain experiences and learn something new. The second and the most important one is, and I cannot really emphasize enough, how much this has helped me, that is network and connect. Don't shy away from signing up for networking events because it's going to be super helpful. Now, here you might not really want to go out there, get out of a comfort zone, and meet people. But it's actually nice. You just need an extra push. You might end up meeting people from the company you want to apply later, or from people who work at your university or your profession, and it's always nice to hear their experiences, hear how they landed their first role, or what's the market trend that's going on. And this is a very good practice. Any guest lecture or any new webinar that you sign up for, after you finish, please take a few learnings, go on LinkedIn, send a personalized invite, and talk about how you enjoyed either the networking session, the lecture, or the seminar. And this way, you'll actually build your network. Now, you may think to yourself, I'm not really active on LinkedIn. I've not really posted anything. That's fine. You don't really have to be active everywhere. But just building a network, just posting your learnings is going to be the first start. Also, to add a little point, now a lot of courses, a lot of universities offer placement. So, if you do have a placement here, start applying early and don't wait for the deadline. I missed the placement year because I was late. And that's funny because I was like, yeah, I have PSW, I have the postgraduate visa, so that's okay. But no, because you will actually have an extra year of learning, building your skills, getting into the profession, and earning. So if you have a placement here, start early. And not just with the placement year, even if you are looking for the role next year after you graduate, after you finish your studies, start early because that always helps you understand where you stand or which areas you need to work on. So everything seems good till now. So what's next? Now you need to make a confirmed list of the roles you want to work in or that fall into your profession. A lot of times you're just aware of one or two roles, but you never know. Actually, a profession might be open to various roles. For example, in marketing and communications, you can either get into marketing or just communications or a blend of both. Or you can get into social media management, digital marketing, PR, and there are so many and tons of roles. So it's always nice to make a list so that at least you know which areas you want to aim at. The job hunting process is like a game. Let's look at this way. It's more like a level. One is CV and cover letter, which is the very first impression you make on an employer or on a role. The second is your interview, and the third is your test. Now, yes, roles do have writing tests or practicals or different challenges. Like I had to go through different writing tests, and it was surprising, but it was also good at where I stand. So, look at it this way. If you are landing interviews, that means your CV is not bad and it's working for you. If you're not landing even one interview, that means you need to work on your CV. And if you're landing interviews but not cracking the next thing, that means you need to work on your interview skills. So on and so forth. So please understand it's more like a process and it's more like making an impression at every level and unlocking each one. The next good etiquette or practice is to always send a cover letter along with your CV. Now, you may be asked to apply on the website directly without the CV or the cover letter, but the cover letter is also statement of purpose or statement of support. So please understand, if you're asked during your application statement of support or purpose, that means it's your cover letter. And if you're just asked to email your CV to an email ID, please do send a cover letter. It's a nice practice. It shows that you're professional. And sometimes employers see that you have applied the CV and cover letter and they may just ask you for an interview. So you never know how things work, but this is a good practice. Okay, so don't be afraid to be creative. I remember I was applying to different PR agencies and this one was handling food clients. So what I did is I tried being creative with my cover letter and added terms, food terms to my cover letter, like ingredients, a dash of some skill or a pinch of some skill. And I didn't really hear back very soon enough, but I did hear back from them for an interview after a few months, but I had already landed a role. So, yes, don't be afraid to be creative and spend some energy and time or efforts in, experimenting, especially when you're applying early. Don't forget to take a follow up. Now, a lot of employers or job applications do mention this, that if you do not hear back from us within 4 weeks or 2 weeks of application date or deadline date, please assume that you are rejected or not chosen. Now, that can be a sad news that a lot of them may ghost you or do not really even send a email that you are not chosen, or give your feedback, but that's okay. So if it's not mentioned, please do take a follow up or send a follow up email. And the last 2 points: stay consistent and ask for help. Now, of course, the job hunting process can be energy draining, can be challenging, can be hard to get your foot in the door of the profession you want to work for. But staying consistent is the key, because with every job application, every interview, you are going to improve and give your best. So stay consistent. And please don't be afraid to ask for help. There are so many professionals out there who are ready to take a few minutes to look at your CV or your cover letter and guide you. So that is why, coming back to our base point, which is networking and connect. So through your network, you are able to, ask for help and take some guidance whenever you need it. And one pro tip for you: so, whenever employers are requesting you to get on a call or a chat, please take it seriously and take it as an interview, because they are going to ask you various questions. They might ask you, why are you looking to work in this sector, in this profession, in this role? If you have any previous experience or examples. So, it's always nice to be prepared and be ready. Well, that was it. I hope you found this video super helpful, super insightful, and please do feel free to drop your questions in the comment section below. And you can also reach out to me on LinkedIn or Instagram, and it would be lovely to connect with you. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.